Hi, my name is Ximo Rosell and I'm a robotics teacher in IES Bernat Guinovart. Welcome to this new EPLAN video tutorial for the Erasmus Plus project Robintech. In this tutorial, we will learn how to name the devices, the DT, using an automatic function that EPLAN offers us. So, in some cases, once we have drawn our circuit, we will realize that some things are missing. In this case, I have this power supply circuit, and after looking at it, I thought that maybe I should insert a leak current breaker. Okay, so I would go to Symbols, IEC Symbols, Electrical Engineering, Protection Devices, Fault Ground Current Circuit Breaker, 4 connection points, and I would choose this one. Okay, so I'm gonna place this one here. The DT is F3. I'm gonna move this a little bit, and then I'm going to insert an 8-point breaker, this one for example, and I'm going to place it here, okay, for example, and this one will be F4. Okay, what happens? After looking at it, we can see that this one is F1, this is F4, this is F2, and this is F3, okay? So what would really make sense is that this one was F1, this F2, this F3, and this F4, okay? So I could do it by hand, okay? But in some cases, I would have to rename a lot of device tags in my project. So EPLAN offers an automatic way of making it by itself, okay, of doing it by itself. So what we have to do is we click here in devices. Important that we click in the project. This is the project I'm working in, and once I click in the project, check that if I click outside, this one becomes gray. So after clicking here, it's white, okay, so I can choose it. So I click in here, and with this it's called number, okay, and after clicking here and clicking OK, the PLC, this EPLAN, will rename my devices the way we were talking about, okay. So when I click in OK, here we will see the change EPLAN will make, okay. So F1 is still F1, F4 will become F2, okay. So when I click here, we can see that this one is F1, F2, F3, and F4, okay. So if we modify the circuit after finishing it, we can just rename the devices by using this tool. But a very interesting feature of this renaming thing is that if I choose the project and I click number, when I click here in settings, I can personalize, I can customize the way it's labeled, okay. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna copy this kind of labeling. I'm gonna rename this as my identifier counter, okay. It's a good idea to always create copies of the thing so we don't modify the original one. And as we can see, the format it currently has is identifier, okay. So the identifier is the letter which identifies the element. It might be F or S or Q, okay, depending on the device, and then a counter, okay, by page. But in my case, I would like to name the devices using inserting first the page number where it is, okay. So that way, when I want to identify an element, it's easier to find the page where this element is, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click here in page, and I'm gonna move it to the right, okay? In here, I'm gonna choose that the minimum amount of digits that I want is 2, because my pages, remember that I label by the 10, okay? Maybe it should be smart to enter 3, okay? So I'm gonna enter 3, because if I have more than 10 pages, this would be better, okay? And then I click in OK. And here, in the page, I'm gonna move it up, okay? Because I want it to be in the first place. So now I will have the page number, the identifier, and the counter, okay? As you can see, this is the counter. Okay, so once I've done it, I click in OK, I apply it, and what we can see is that my elements are gonna be renamed this way. So what it used to be F1, now it will be 010 or 010 F1. What this used to be F2, it will be 010 F2. Okay, so when I click here in OK, we can see that all my device tags have been renamed. Okay, but not just these breakers, but also the connectors and my power voltage, my power supply, or my PLC. Okay, this is something quite common in industry, so I recommend you to use it this way. Okay, so that's it. See you in the following video. Bye.